Hey, we made it, bro. We made it. Welcome to Waiting for Rockville. I am Scott, your host, and this is my awesome co-host, your favorite metalhead mosh pit 9-year-old, Scotty. Say what's up. Hey, and we're here, just to do our thing once a month for the next 11 months. It's 11 months until Rockville, the next Rockville. Can you believe it? Another one's already came and gone, and we're on to the next. And today what we're going to do is we're going to recap day one. And I think day one was a pretty fun day for us. But the big thing is that we're going to be doing this every month until the next Rockville. Just recapping, talking about why we love Rockville so much. Maybe hopefully in the future interviewing fellow Rockvillians such as yourselves who are watching. Thank you for those who are tuning in. But yeah, man, so this was our second Rockville going. So this was the first time that we went all 4 days though, right? And so on day one, what did you like most about day one?
Probably front row for Guar.
Front row for Guar. So yeah, so day one was pretty fun because his sister, my daughter, Brianna, she got us right up to front row on Inferno. And we were front row for Arch Enemy, we were front row kind of for From Ashes to New, kind of catty corner.
We came as Romans.
We came as Romans, yeah, we came as Romans. And what else? Body count, but I think the highlight was definitely Guar, right? Guar put on an awesome show. That was definitely a fun time. We didn't get sprayed with blood a lot, did we? No.
We didn't even get sprayed. I mean, our hat got sprayed.
Yeah, just the hat. But it was a fun time. We really enjoyed it, and I think we got some photos. You want to share some photos? Cool. Yeah, see? We got us making our first initial stop at Buc-ee's. Man, Buc-ee's, bro. I mean, we gotta give a shout out to Buc-ee's. I mean, what is a Rockville trip without going to Buc-ee's, right?
I don't know.
You know? What's your favorite thing from Buc-ee's?
The root beer. Or
the beaver nuggets?
Yeah, the beaver nuggets.
Gotcha. The root beer or the beaver nuggets? I would say the brisket sandwich and the root beer for sure, right? That's nice, bro. Nice. And yeah, then we got a picture of you. Look at you throwing up the horns over there. Oh, and then we got Grodius. So during Guar, Grodius came down. Shout out to Grodius and Guar. Came down and showed some love to Scotty, which was really cool. Gave him some pics, stuff like that. So thank you, Grodius, for doing that. That was really cool of you. We saw Exodus too.
Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, Exodus. Oh my God.
Yeah, we were front row.
That's a great sacrifice.
No, we were front row for Exodus, and ended up getting the set list for Exodus 2, which was really cool.
I think we also got the pick from Exodus.
We did. We got a couple picks from Exodus as well. Shout out to Exodus, put on a great show. That was really fun. Then we have the picture of us three. There's my daughter Brianna, who got us up to the front row. That was pretty cool. We rode the rail the whole day, which was really awesome. And then we ended it off switching stages for Rob Zombie at the end of the night, right?
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
He put on an amazing show too.
I thought so too. I thought Rob Zombie did a good job.
He started teleporting. I'm like, how is Rob teleporting?
He was teleporting?
He was like, meow. I'm over here now, retards.
No, he was doing a really good job as far as the stage show and stuff like that. I think I liked the alien, the big aliens. That was pretty cool. And so it was a real fun time day one. I think it was a great kickoff to how really the weekend was going to go, because I mean we ended up having an amazing weekend. What was one of your highlights of the weekend?
me getting demolished in the pit. That's gonna be another episode for y'all.
Getting demolished in the pit?
Yeah. In a Muir.
Maybe move closer to the mic.
In a Muir, getting demolished in the pit. That's gonna be another episode for y'all next month.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Yeah. No, the episode of him getting demolished in the pit next month. We'll talk about that. No, you did a really good job, man. I think that was day 3. You started off at Brand of Sacrifice, and then you went over to a Muir.
And thank God it wasn't on any other stage because I was cement.
Yeah.
And I got I was starting to swing my arms, boom, I got demolished, trucked.
During a Muir, though.
During a Muir, like the 3rd, 4th song.
But, I'll tell you what, a Muir put on a great show. And after that was the first time I had ever heard about him. And I really enjoyed listening to him. And I've been listening to him ever since, too. So shout out to a Muir, too. You were having a fun time in the mosh pit. And I think day one you actually got into the mosh pit in Acacia Strain.
But it was like the last couple songs. Like I only did it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, and so you did that, and that was like kind of like your first little taste of being in the mosh pits at Rockville. Everybody showed love. Shout out to everybody who was in the Acacia Strain mosh pit. Showing them love. We'll pull up that clip at some point during our shows. But that video definitely is on the Welcome to Rockville Facebook group. Shout out to the Facebook group, the Rockvillians Facebook group. If you're not in there, you need to be. That's the place to be for all things Rockville. Everybody in the Acacia Strains showed him love, which was really cool. And then that gave you kind of like the confidence to jump into the real serious pits, huh? What's that like being in the pit as a 9-year-old?
So, it's like being a 6-year-old, because everybody loves you. Like, when you go in the pit, everyone's like, hey, bump me! And I'm like, they all just start barrel rolling, and I'm like, oh my god. And then if somebody doesn't see you, you're fine. Like you're just bump into them. So funny story about one of my pits. I think it was Brand of Sacrifice. This dude tried to give me a high five. I was like, no, knee.
Oh,
I didn't need him. I need his hand.
Oh, okay.
Like Daniel Bryan.
Gotcha. So you really like Brand of Sacrifice?
Very much.
When was the first time you heard of them?
Probably when we saw Whitechapel in like February. I think it was February.
April.
Oh, it was April. I thought it was February.
Whitechapel in April. Yeah, that was
the first time we heard them. Amazing show, by the way.
Whitechapel in Tampa.
No, not Tampa.
Yeah,
it was Orlando.
No, that was Tampa.
It was?
Yeah, Tampa. Brand of Sacrifice opened up for Whitechapel. Yeah,
that was
a great
second.
show.
That was the second band. Wait, no, that was the second to last band.
No, they were right before Whitechapel. So like they were the last of the openers. Yeah, they crushed it. Shout out to Brand of Sacrifice.
The Growl.
Haven't heard a song from Brand of Sacrifice that I don't like. Or that I dislike, I should say. Everything that I've heard has been just absolutely amazing. Their style, even live, performing live. Some bands, I've seen a couple bands. I won't say any names that you can tell the difference between studio and live. They're spot on, especially with how heavy they are to sound as spot on. Same thing with Whitechapel. Whitechapel's always amazing. I think we've already seen them twice this year.
We're about to see them a third time.
Second time was at Rockville. We're gonna go see them again
in December.
We'll be there. The Orlando show. Can't wait for that one. It was a fun time. I couldn't imagine being a 9-year-old in the mosh pit, man.
Everyone loves you.
Everybody shows you love, though, and I appreciate that because, as the dad who's standing on the outer skirts of the pit watching,
you're like, oh my god, is he okay?
Always,
is he okay?
Yeah, no, that's my number one thing is making sure he's alive and breathing. So that and make sure your mom doesn't kill me. Right?
Especially because of last Rockville, what I did.
What'd you do?
Slipknot.
Oh.
One word, Slipknot, servicing.
So that was what brought us to the first Rockville was you and your love for Slipknot, right?
I still love them.
How long have you been listening to Slipknot?
When you introduced me to them, which was like
9 years ago.
9 years ago. Like, what? You introduced me to them?
Oh yeah.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's your favorite song from Slipknot?
Spit it out.
Spit It Out?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite member of Slipknot? Sid. Okay. Gotcha. You got any fun fact about Slipknot that you could drop on us?
Yeah.
Tell me what you know.
So you know how Jim Root in 1999 had like that Joker mask?
Yeah.
You want to know who fixed it up for him?
Who?
Sid. When they had stitches on him? Sid.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I think Clown was working on a lot of their masks in the early days too.
I forgot his name. Oh, what was his name again?
Clown?
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
And that was what brought us to Rockville in 2024 with Slipknot, and that was a real fun time.
We were like 4, and I got so excited. This dude was drinking the beer, and I'm like, chug it now.
Yeah, you had a good time. I remember that. And so what we're going to do next is we got this segment that we're going to do every show, and what it is it's the dad versus the kid pick on who do you want to see at Rockville next year. I'm excited to hear what Scotty's pick is going to be. I'll actually let you go first, bro. So 2026. What is one of the bands that you want to see at local Rockville?
Some of y'all that you don't expect me to say. Cold.
Okay.
Wait.
So,
Yeah.
Cold. You want to see Cold? Yeah. You're actually wearing the Cold shirt.
That Scooter gave me.
Yep. Scooter himself gave you. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Crowbar.
So if I remember correctly, I think Cold played in 2024, but they played on a Thursday. We didn't go. I could be wrong, but they were definitely there at some point. And right now, I think they're on tour, or finishing up tour with University Drive, and that's another band. You've seen them before. I think it was the 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage anniversary. So shout out to Scooter and Cold. Thank you for giving him the shirt when you came through town. Definitely appreciate that. So your pick is Cold. Sticking with that one for this episode. Okay, cool. So my pick is going to be a little bit different, and I'm not going to go with the obvious ones like Brand of Sacrifice or Whitechapel right now, because obviously like those are givens. But I'm going to go with Don't Kill Me, President. And I said it. So love him or hate him, President has got a good vibe to him. Early Sleep Token vibe.
Oh yeah, actually in Sleep I put Sleep Token. I want to see Sleep Token.
Can't take
I'll take it back.
No, can't take it back. No. And if we got President, we don't necessarily have to have Sleep Token. But I'd really like to see President. They're a little bit newer, popping up, but I'm enjoying the music that they're putting out, and I really want to catch them live at some point. But I do agree with Sleep Token as well. So the dad versus kid pick for lineup for 2026 Rockville, we have it as Cold and President. Hey.
Can we do like a little ad break?
A little ad break? We don't have ads. We're not there yet, man. We're not there yet. But here's the great news. We appreciate everybody who's watching now, and who's also tuning into YouTube, which will be uploaded after the live stream, of course. The big thing is we're going to do this every month on the 15th of every month. So The next episode will be July 15th, same time, 8 p.m. And we'll continue to do this as our little countdown to Rockville. And it's going to be cool because each episode you're going to get to watch our little studio area upgrade too. And the cameras and all that stuff.
Get
So
better quality.
quality
Quantity.
or quality?
Quality.
We're going to get a little bit better quality. But overall, you know, I appreciate, and I know Scotty appreciates everybody tuning in, and just, you know, building that community with us. What we're going to do next is actually, we have this really cool segment that we're going to do.
Photo share.
No, we already did the photo share. Yeah, no, we got this segment that we're going to do every month. And it's going to be called the Band of the Month. Not the Band of the Week.
It says week.
I know it says week, but it's Band of the Month. Basically, what we're going to do is, you know, just highlight a band that we think deserves the recognition and the credit, that's putting out some good music, you know, doing some good things on tour. No crap, that's for sure.
No what?
No crack.
Like it's a crack.
No crack either. Yeah, so we got the Band of the Week, which,
Brand of
or
Sacrifice.
Band of the Month. Listen, you got me all messed up. And it's Brand of Sacrifice. Look at that, right up there, right
Hold
there,
up.
right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Right. Ah.
Brand of Sacrifice. And so I just put their logo, their website, brandofsacrifice.com. So what's your favorite song of Brand of
Exodus.
Sacrifice? Exodus?
Or
Gotcha.
purge.
Or what?
Purge.
Purge. I watch out, you're gonna push a button over there.
Hold up.
I personally, I think Exodus and Purge are probably some of my favorites, but honestly, like I've said, I haven't listened to a Brand of Sacrifice song that I haven't enjoyed. They even have a song that they did with, I do believe it's We Came as Romans, that's pretty good as well for a collaboration. Definitely enjoy that. And I do believe they're in the studio right now working on some new music, which is really cool. We saw him, Scotty stepped out for a second, he'll be right back, but we saw him for the first time, like we mentioned earlier, in April, opening up for Whitechapel. It was a real fun time. They definitely put on a really great show. I would say out of all the openers, which, you know, you had 200 Stab Wounds, you had, I can't remember the others, but they obviously, they shine. Brand of Sacrifice, they stood out. The music's great, they put on a great show, and they really get into they have participation with the crowd, they're involved, and those pits are nasty. The circle pits are just gnarly, so definitely check them out. We put a couple songs up here, right there. Exodus, Purge, Demon King, Lifeblood. If you look right here, they're going on tour again in September, and it looks like they kick things off at Louder Than Life, and then they head across the pond over to United Kingdom. So if you're over on that side of the pond, check them out. But I can't stress it enough. Great music, and definitely putting on a great show. Which, I mean, I know you're a fan of them. I think our clip of the month, the clip of the month is actually dedicated to Brand of Sacrifice and this guy right over here. So let's check it out. Let's get
the clip of
I think you got a clip right here.
Yeah, it's a video.
And so this video is courtesy of American Mosh Pits.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to American Mosh Pits for the Mosh Pit cams and the website. Oh, there I am right there. But this is the pit for Brand of Sacrifice, and you're going to see Scotty
In the entire pit.
floating around here somewhere, and he's gonna be over there with his camelback floating around. Oh, there he is, right there.
Right there.
Bro, are you wearing the same outfit? Is that what's going on?
Hold on, no way. Am I
Bro,
actually?
I'm pretty sure you're wearing the.
No.
Hold on, let's check it out.
Hold on.
Oh.
Ah.
Yep, there you are.
I'm not not wearing the same outfit.
No, you're wearing the cold shirt. You're not wearing the same shorts, but you're wearing the cold shirt.
I wish I had the hat on.
So tell me what you were thinking as far as
I'm not gonna die.
during the pit. You're not gonna die?
So the entire pit, I was circling, and when I went to my dad, I'm like, "Hey, bro, you gonna join in?" Like he joined in. Shout out to my father. And so he was like, "Don't go this way when it's going that way." And I'm like, "Okay." So I did that, and I'm like, "Oh God, run!" I did not want to die that entire pit. I did not want to happen what happened in New York.
Well, this was before a Muir, so this was well before you get knocked out. Oh, there you go. Okay, there. Oh, there he is.
You'll have to see me knee someone's hand. I mean, I think it's off screen. So for some reason, a banana man joined in.
Yeah, you hit the banana.
Banana man. Banana man. I was next to Banana Man. There's hardly one for some reason. Where'd I go?
Yep, there you go, right there.
I didn't see him like at all. Did you?
Yeah, at some point I got in there and we were having fun.
I didn't see him.
But that's cool, man. And so there's a couple mosh pit video cams of you.
It's not an occasion stream.
You don't got
No.
I have that one somewhere, so we'll dig up the Acacia Strain one. But I think those were kind of that pit was small compared to like what you were going through in the Muir.
There was one side where it's like, okay, I can get used to this. The other side was like, oh my God, survive!
Yeah, well,
and I went in that side, and
you can't go against the circle pit. You know, if they're going clockwise, you go clockwise, you know?
And next year, we are going to be talking about me again in the Wall of Death.
The Wall of Death. So,
the Wall of Death.
So we've got a couple initiatives on our 2026 list for Welcome to Rockville for 2026. So my initiative is I'm trying to cut a couple pounds so my big butt can get up and crowd surf
with me.
With this guy right here, right? And what's your 2026 goal?
Wall of Death.
Wall of Death. So he wants to participate in a Wall of Death.
Hopefully I don't get the death.
As a parent, I think it's crazy, especially as someone pushing their 40s who doesn't want to be in that Wall of Death. I think it's crazy.
Together, we survive.
Hey, we made it. Oh, we missed it. And so, story behind that is every day that we make it to Rockville, we always when we get there, we go, hey,
we made it.
We made it. Let's try it again. We made it.
Yeah.
And then like halfway through the day when we're feeling the heat and just dying, we'll look at each other and we'll just go,
we made it.
We made it. But then what's cool is that typically during the headliner of the night, when we're super amped up and having a blast, then we look at each other and we go,
we made it!
And so, you know, that's one of those things that we do. It's something that we enjoy, man. And so, with that being said, I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning, but happy Father's Day to those who, you know, are watching who are fathers. I couldn't think of a better way to end my Father's Day than doing a podcast with this kooky guy right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, shout out to the dads, the Rockville dads. And you see a lot of here and there about, do you take the kids to the concerts? Do you take the kids to the Rockville, shows or whatever, you know, the festivals? And the answer is yes. Give them an experience that they'll never forget. Make the memories while you can. Life is definitely short, and why not spend it with the ones you love, listening to the music you love, right?
YOLO.
YOLO.
You only live once.
You only live once.
You only live once.
What? And I can tell you that, you know, Rockville has been something that me and my family have bonded over. This year, 3 out of the 5 of us went. But the 3 that went, it brought us closer. We had a blast. We live here in Florida, so it wasn't, too brutal as far as traveling. So that makes it nice. But more importantly, it was something that we could all enjoy. I went there to see bands like Whitechapel and Brand of Sacrifice and Attila.
I hated it. Well, not hated. I disliked the show.
Knocked Loose.
Knocked Loose was in this fight. Wait, no.
It's crazy that you disliked the show because we were on the
rail.
We
were front row.
We were on the rail for Attila.
But the thing that I hated about the rail.
Tell them what you hated about the rail for Attila, son.
Everybody was crowd surfing, and I had to straight up duck. I had to get in the duck position.
The duck
face down,
position. Face down.
Butt up.
So Attila was an absolutely wild show, which we'll talk about in a later episode. But they put on a crazy show with crowd surfers galore, which we ain't hating on the crowd surfers. We're just we prefer either being in the pit or on that front rail.
And also, shout out to that big guy that helped me not get crushed.
Yeah, the big dude who was next to us.
He had a broken nose.
Who was calling all the shots, letting everybody know that the crowd surfers were coming. Sir, are the real MVP.
Yeah.
It's a great time. And, I know there's controversy in Facebook groups. And
because of Attila saying the S-slur.
Amongst the community as far as whether or not to bring the kids, but they get what you tolerate. So if you tolerate them being in a messed up situation, that's obviously gonna have an impact on things. But we have a good time. I keep everything pretty safe for them. I'd never put them in a messed up situation, and
except for the pits.
Except for the pits. But the pit is all love, man.
Everyone loves you.
What'd you learn about the pit? If somebody falls down, what do?
You pick them up, especially from me. So this dude was Spider-Man. There was a dude in a Spider-Man costume.
Shout out to Spider-Man. You were in all the mosh pit videos. I've been watching them.
I hope you were okay. Because, bro, why were you in a jumpsuit?
Had to have been hot, right?
It had to have been.
And then you had Art the Clown, right?
Art the Clown, yeah!
Art the Clown.
And Marilyn Manson.
Art the Clown at Manson. You were a blast, bro.
Yeah, and back to my experience in New York. So Spider-Man went crazy, bouncing off of people. And then this one dude went and tried to copy Spider-Man. I swayed my arms. And then, boom!
Wow.
I got knocked. Hold on, let me reenact that.
They can't see you.
Okay. Well, back here, they can see me.
So, with that being said, obviously we're going to have a lot to talk about in our next episode. Everything from day 2 all the way to hopefully getting some interviews with some fellow Rockvillians. So,
that's all we have.
What's that?
That's all we have.
Yep. Well, the big thing is I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is about the time that a podcast should be. We're hitting the 30-minute mark. That went pretty quick. And so I guess we'll bring it on out with what's a band that you're listening to right now that hasn't been mentioned? What are you jamming on right now?
What I'm jamming on
is
something y'all wouldn't expect.
Okay.
Red Leather. There's a band called Red Leather with my favorite song called Watch My Daddy Die.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a tough one on Father's Day. Well, me...
No, not like you. I don't like it. Yes.
Well, me, what am I listening to that hasn't been mentioned?
You've mentioned President.
I've been going back and listening to some Non-Point, actually.
Oh!
And,
Yeah, we got close for Non-Point, and I got on the screen because I was wearing my Slipknot shirt.
Yep. But, I've been going back, jamming on some older Non-Point Circles. That's my jam right there. But
Shout out.
Yep, shout out Non-Point Circles. But so that's what we're jamming on, and we'd love to hear what you're jamming on. So be sure to tune in every month on the 15th of every month at 8 p.m. And you can feel free to email us at waitingforrockville@gmail.com. Follow us on X at waiting W8, the number 8, ING for Rockville, as well as subscribe on YouTube, as well as Twitch. And so, with that being said, we are going to bring it on out. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and until next time, we'll see you then.
Goodbye.